Welcome back, everybody. This is the TLS Season 3 Qualifier number 2, second semifinal match. We are now going to be watching a TVZ between SAS9 and OctZerg PaiN.
SAS who?
SAS9, in fact.
Interesting. Do we know much about SAS9? I can't really recognize the names.
He does actually participate a lot. I know he played in a number of qualifiers in previous seasons of TLS, but he never quite made it far. I mean, he is in the prestigious SAS clan, which of course Siki and Michael are all
so he's got to be good, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I think he himself is, I don't know. I want to say something like a C+-ish player, although I'm being informed by Tupacalypse that he's actually currently B+ on IC. Oh, no.
Wow.
No, sorry. No, he beat somebody who's B+ on IC Cup in the round of 8. He's not B+ himself, but he beat somebody who is B+. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, that certainly points to a possible upset here. OctZerg, of course, he's a classic player. He's been around for longer than I've been alive. So there is good potential for an upset here. OctZerg, again, one of those players who can bring his A game, but can also fall a little bit flat as well on his off days.
Yeah, I mean, I think, was it Season 1 or Season 2 where we saw him lose actually against Radley in like a 45-minute TVZ or something on Fighting Spirit? That was a pretty big upset there. And I believe he also barely didn't qualify in Season 1. He was like 1 point below the qualification requirement on points, so that was pretty crazy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how far he gets today. Of course, the winner of this match will go on to play against Doty, so we're guaranteed a non-mirror for the finals. That's good.
Great.
Yeah,
brilliant.
So if non wins, it'll be a TVP, and if OctZerg wins, it'll be a ZVP. Really good stuff.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. Shall we go onwards and upwards into the game?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Here we go on destination at the 12 o'clock position as the orange Zerg. We have OctZerg PaiN at the 6 o'clock. As the red Terran, we have SAS9.
Yep, here we are. ZVT in the semifinals. I have to admit, ZVT is a great match. I find it really, really exciting. There's so much potential for kind of crazy stuff, fun little micro. And Marines versus Lurkers, we all know that's a great battle because it's just so deeply unlikely for each of the Marines to make it out alive. But somehow, each time, it can be incredibly close. It's so cool. It's just a great matchup to watch.
Having said that, I have, my gut tells me that Non tends to go mech more than bio, but I have no proof of this. I just feel like in the few games I've seen of him, he's gone mech in TVZ, but I can't remember specifics.
I'm gonna say that that's definitely a wise call from you if he does, because I don't think that would have happened by mistake. I don't think that would have been a pure guess. So I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat waiting to see if he does in fact go for mech, and if Sale is the wisest of them all.
Now, unfortunately for my prediction, he's not made a wall in, so I think it's less likely that he opens with a factory first.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, now that I think about Andre goes factory first without walling in, but especially on a map like Fighting Spirit where you can get a link type wall very easily, I generally think you would go wall in if you were opening factory. But of course, you still can't go like 1-Rax expand into mech. That is certainly possible.
Yep, definitely possible, and still anything could happen at this point. Going down the barracks now, completely normal stuff so far.
Wait,
it looks like we've got...
Was this a 9 drone scout?
Yeah.
Huh.
We've got a 12 hatch going down at the other end of things as well. I'm not quite sure what the idea... Oh, we got a 2-Rax opening from SAS9. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure that's a response to the fast drone scout. 9 drone scout is not that common. I assume this is actually just because OctZerg wanted to protect himself against cheese, but yeah. I really feel like the second barracks is a response to this. I don't know. I mean, it could have been his plan. I don't think he'll cancel it now that he's done it, because you can't, 2-Rax opening is still a legitimate opening. But I don't know. I would wager that was a a reactionary move rather than his game plan. And we do see a fast gas as well, so it is going to be a 2-hatch opening from OctZerg.
Yes, it is indeed. So this is setting itself up quite interestingly right here. Drone in the main having a little bit of a go at the SCV from Sasnon, but the drone is now going to be chased away. The first Marine pops out. Both players completely safe so far, and yeah, getting good scout on each other. I'm curious to ask for your opinion. What is the thing on top of the barracks? What shape is that meant to represent? Because I always thought it was like a weird wobbly ghost kind of shape.
The what? You mean like the grass?
Yeah, no, on top of the barracks, the little grill thing.
Oh! I have never noticed that before.
I always thought it was like a cartoon ghost.
That is that is a really weird shape. I mean, you'd think it is like a griller event to exhaust, you know, whatever things that need to be exhausted from the barracks. But yeah, you'd think that a normal grill would just be like a square or a rectangle, right?
Yeah, they've really made an effort there with that shape.
Yeah, that is a pretty crazy shape. That's a good call.
Yeah, I've never figured it out. I was wondering if you had some kind of crazy insight.
Oh, Baku's giving me some crazy insight, by the way. You want to hear it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Baku says, an early scout is... I assume he's talking from the Zerg's perspective. He says, an early scout is common on 2-player maps because of proxy or 8 racks. So reacting with 2 racks isn't normal, quote-unquote normal.
But this could be a good reason for it. We have 6 Marines making their way across the map to fight against a grand total of 2 Zerglings. 4 more Zerglings on the way out. 2 more Zerglings have just popped. There are 2 Zerglings in the natural, and there are 4 Marines going in right now. OctZerg has no idea that this is happening. This could be really bad for OctZerg. Sasnon getting all the way in there, but the drones are coming off the line. They're going to be able to do a good amount of damage. Marines, of course, very fleshy, and I feel that Sasnon is not making the best of this. The drone surround is going to do a lot more damage than he would want. He might be able to get rid of those drones right now, but oh, great surround from OctZerg, pulling his fast out of the fire right there. And managed to take down these Marines, rather. I feel like that was unnecessary for Sasnon to get himself stuck in that position.
He definitely could have microed slightly better in the attack, but if you think about it, you know, OctZerg has gone for a 2-hatch opening, so every single drone is precious, and he lost 2 drones there as well as a bunch of mining time. So, I mean, yeah, it wasn't the most successful attack, but I think it was at least even for Non there. I don't think it was a loss for him, and he is now following up the factory, so going heavy 1 base here. I don't know what the follow-up is exactly, but he's going out with Marines once again. He's facing Speedlings, though. Oh, man, this is going to be really bad. He's facing a lot of Speedlings. This is going to be really dangerous. Oh, God, he's taking so much damage. Is he going to at least win the fight? It's going to be...
Last Marine. There we go.
Last Marine, but that was a victory for the Zerg for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 kills on that Marine, and it will return home, but it is the only one. Losing a lot of forces right there. Sasnon is now in no position to be doing anything aggressive for a while. I would imagine it's just going to be a fast science vessel follow-up. And we can see him upgrading stim and lifting the factory off. So it is going to be... He's
still mining gas. Is he going 2-port or something? Oh, no, he stopped mining gas. He pulled 1 off gas. Okay, sorry. He had 3 on gas for a while there, but no, he's just getting an engineering bay now. It would be a very strange way to go into a 2-port here, I guess. But he's going to be facing mutas very shortly here. The Spire is just about done, and perfect resource count as well for 6 mutas.
Oh, and look at this, going heavy in on the Mutalist, going for the +1 air attack upgrade straight away, no messing around. So Muta's really big here for OctZerg. Of course, the 2-hatch Muta's pretty heavy anyway, but he's really going to commit pretty hard to this. We have the engineering bay almost finished. I really hope for Sasnon's sake that he throws down a bunch of missile turrets immediately, because he's going to need some heavy defense against these Mutalists, which are going to suddenly be arriving in his main. And with very few Marines as well, it's going to be a tough act to beat off.
Now, just look at the layout of the Terran base. Look, I love how all of the unit-producing structures are hugging the bottom of the map, so they're much easier to defend. And along the top, he just has a few depots, but they're still kind of near his base, and he's building them inwards towards the front of his base rather than backwards. So he can get much better turret coverage and defense with his Marines. Unfortunately, losing a firebat straight away there, but I think he's got quite a good base layout. And oh my God, whoa! OctZerg committing there, taking a lot of unnecessary damage.
Yeah, a lot of unnecessary damage. It really doesn't need to happen. He needs to be a lot more careful. He still doesn't even manage to get the missile turret. Loses a Mutalist, takes a lot more hits. And those Marines starting to even themselves out a little bit after the earlier losses. In they go and able to get lots more hits on the Mutalist. 2 Mutalists going down so far. OctZerg needs to do better than this for a 2-hatch Mutalist play.
Yeah, it's quite funny because we saw True Dutch go 2-hatch Muta a lot yesterday already. So it's interesting to see OctZerg go for the same thing here. And well, it looks like his Muta Micro isn't quite up to par, although, again, Non is doing a good job of defending. Going for a 3rd rack, staying on the 1 base. I mean, he knows that, you know, the 2H Muta player doesn't have a great economy anyway, so he doesn't need to get the expansion very quickly. A 1 base economy here is just fine TVZ against what OctZerg is doing if he can just defend without taking too much damage.
Yeah, I think he should be alright. I mean, the way it's going so far. Oh, another Museless going down. I think he's going to be alright because the way it's going down so far, OctZerg just isn't pulling off the micro at the level he needs to. And we saw True Touch do this kind of thing in exemplary fashion yesterday. But OctZerg just not quite level to that and taking far more hits and losing far more Museless than he would need to be effective.
Oh man, another Muta falling. +1 attack not quite done yet still for the Mutas. It should be done in just a second though. Still maybe 15 seconds away. Man, that upgrade is really, really slow, but here we go. He's going in again. Oh man, again taking one of hits. Just diving way too deep right there. And looks like he does grab Marine this time. A second turret being constructed here. Wow.
This is really bad. He's taking so many hits to his Museless. Many of them are severely weakened at this point, and it's a risk that they could all pretty much die at once. And there you go. 2 volleys taking down 2 Museless at once as 2 fresh ones arrive from further behind the lines. He's still pumping them out, but he needs to make them pay because otherwise this is just going to fall completely flat very, very soon. He's showing absolutely no signs of transitioning out of this very, very heavy Museless play.
Oh man, throwing in a few lings for no good reason as well, and Irradiate is on the way. The first vessel is out, gathering up energy. That first Irradiate could spell the end of this harassment. I'm looking back in the Zerg base. I mean, what does he have? He's got no transition, no hydrogen, no third base, no drones, basically. I mean, he's basically all in on this 2H Muta, and I don't think it's going to work.
No, I can't imagine it's going to work. Doing some decentish micro in the main there, but losing 3 Museless already. 4 Museless. Not quite a 5th, but those Marines easily paying for themselves, and the Museless are just looking a bit hopeless. They're able to take down a missile turret, a few Marines, but nothing meaningful whatsoever as of yet.
And Irradiate is now ready on that vessel. He can Irradiate whenever he wants. Here we go. When is the Irradiate going to hit? Is it going to hit a good Muta? How fast is the split going to be? It looks like he's hiding the vessel for now. He's just waiting for the perfect opportunity to go for it.
Here he goes. He could go for it
He should wait until they're clumped, though. They're a little bit unclumped right now. He needs to wait for them to be perfectly stacked, so it's really hard for OctZerg to actually split out the Irradiated Muta.
Lots of fresh Museless in there, though. There's a very good chance. Oh, we could have got a great.
Here we go. There's the Irradiate. It's on a back one. He can't split it. Oh, it's on a damaged one, though.
Hit a bad Museless. It does hardly any damage. And OctZerg getting away with it a little bit there with a slow split as well. But his micro, losing 2 Museless straight away there. Losing 3 Museless. What is he doing? What is he doing? Don't go in there. All his Museless are dead. He's screwed. His Museless all going down here. It looks like he's completely just had enough of even trying to micro them. The last one bites the dust, and I can't really... Well, having said that, I mean, Sasnon isn't in the most amazing position in terms of army. He's going to have... Well, I was going to say he's going to have a hard time getting out to his natural, but I think he's going to find it easy. As soon as he wants to take his natural, he can. Ouch, that was bad.
That was so weird. I mean, it looked like OctZerg just gave up and was about to GG, but he's actually, even despite losing all those Mutas, he's not in the worst position ever. He's still at 38 supply against 50, and he's a little bit behind, but that's not terrible. And he has enough Muta Lings to actually still stop this force. I think maybe he needs to start pumping Lings as well. The Lings are actually going to be quite crucial in helping out. He needs to not lose these things at the front, and there's no firebat with the force either, so could still do a decent job. If the Radiate doesn't do... if the Radiate isn't perfect and he has enough Lings and gets a good surround, he could still be okay. Although it looks like Non might not actually move out yet. He's just going to hold the natural and build a command center. Yeah, we might see some Scourge on them. These times vessels right here. One of them lands, the other one gets just taken out in time with a very, very quick stim from Non right there. But yeah, OctZerg not doing so terribly badly as he might be in this situation, but it's still going to be a hard transition for him. Still having a lot of Museless, so I'm interested to see if he does anything really useful with them. There are 2 science vessels, both of which have a Radiate ready, so he's going to need to produce a few more Scourge and maybe try and do some decent Scourge bombs to get rid of those, because the Irradiate is just going to wreak havoc amongst his Museless, but he is going to get in there and prevent the natural expansion before he has to run back to defend against this oncoming Terran force. He could just wait for the Terran army to go out too far and then avoid the science vessels completely, you know, just while they're on the map. Oh man, a backstab in the Zergling. Backstab of the Zerglings, and here we go. He picks off the SV. He's going to force a cancel on his command center, I'm pretty sure. Although, here we come. There's one Irradiate, second Irradiate on the Mutas. One vessel goes down, and it's a decent split as well, because he got the side. Although the Muta goes back and erasers his own buddies, but there we go. He's pulling them back. The Lings go into the main, but don't quite do too much here. The Muta's coming back, trying to abuse these bridges, but not quite getting the best position.
No, not getting the best position at all. I mean, those two irradiates weren't as effective as they could have been. Not too many Mutalisks went down, but I think he just wasn't able to use his position well enough there. I mean, those Marines were looking a bit untidy as they went back across the bridge, but there is another irradiate ready now, so OctZerg going to have to be super, super careful, otherwise he's going to lose a whole bunch of Mutalisks all at once right here. Will he pull it in time? He chooses another damaged Mutalisk. These irradiates are looking so bad this game. I don't know what they're doing, but finally a good one does happen, and two Mutalisks go down at once. OctZerg's Mutalisks are just not effective at all this game.
And +1 attack is done for the Marines, so that's going to make the Mutas even less effective, and there's still no hydrogen, no transition. OctZerg is stuck on Mutaling. All he can do is make more Sunkens and pray that the left side base isn't spotted, but oh man, Non is going directly for it.
He definitely knows that. He will have scanned it a little while back, I think. All those drones are going to go down. Nothing going to be left right there. OctZerg, all he can do is go back in and try and take out the natural expansion, but his micro even faltering against his group of undefended Marines. And 3. Oh, goodness, that didn't need to happen. He could have done that without taking a single hit. He is going to force a cancel there, but he's lost all his drones and he's lost his hatchery at his third. This is bad times for OctZerg.
I don't think he's going to force a cancel. I don't think he can force a cancel. Yeah, he doesn't have enough Mutas left. Wow.
Hey, that's bad.
So the command center is going to be saved, and OctZerg back down to 2 bases. I mean, he is basically done in this game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I really don't know what he can do to get himself back into this. He's now level on basis with the Terran. He's wildly inferior in economy. He's getting a Queen's Nest. I don't know what that Queen's Nest is going to achieve for this thing without a third base.
I mean, he's sort of going crazy, Zerg, which is quite funny because this is actually what we actually see relatively often when the Zerg goes too much Muta and kind of gets pushed back. They just go straight crazy Zerg. But I think he's just too far behind his position to make it work. Although, these two bridges are not easy to push across, and he's getting a 5th Sunken there, so he maybe can hold this. Although I don't think, though. There's 6 medics there and 1 million Marines.
I feel like he can hold.
He's got a decent number of Mutas. Maybe he can.
What's the idea?
He's going to get the clump!
Oh,
no, he gets the clump! Oh, God.
OctZerg
Oh, God. He's not splitting. He's still not
that.
splitting.
Losing at least half the health of 3 of his Mutalisks right there, having to throw away 1 on the irradiate. Nice irradiate right there. Wasting the Scourge, wasting another Scourge, sassing on. Getting so much stuff for free right now, and OctZerg is just not being able to keep on top of all his units. And another irradiate about to go down on these Mutalisks, but the Science Vessel choosing to retreat instead. Slightly odd decision right there, when he could have caught another great Mutalisk clump. And OctZerg going to head off, trying to use pressure.
Oh no, 1 Marine saw it.
Damn.
That would have been awesome. So OctZerg now just trying to buy as much time as possible with his Mutas. He's actually not getting the Hive, so I don't know what the Queen's Nest is for then. Maybe he just... I don't know. Oh, there we go. There's the Hive. Okay, so yeah, he's definitely going for the crazy Zerg attempts to recover this game. But yeah, I mean, 48 supply against 85. You know, Terran's mining away happily at his natural. Non just playing this very, very carefully and making sure he doesn't lose to some silly backstab counterattack. But yeah, he's just got so many units. He's taking a look at what's going on here, sending some Vultures to check for additional expansions. There are none. But we are having a counterattack here by the Mutas, and I don't think there's a Science Vessel at home. There's a few Marines, but not that many, so OctZerg could get something done here. He's going after the turret, but the Marines are coming in. He's got to be very, very careful.
OctZerg really could actually do something good here. He's got a micro well, but he's taking so many SCVs with him. But he gets caught by those 4 Marines and loses a Mutalisk again for free. But he's taking down all of the SCVs here at the natural expansion of Non, and there is no third base up still for our Terran player. So that's severe damage that he's sustaining right there. He's rallying more Marines out, but they're going to get easily taken down by these Mutalisks. This Mutalisk force is going to wreak havoc. Meanwhile, big drone transport going out pretty much through this oncoming army. A D-Matrix Marine is not enough to take the heat, and those 5-6 Sunken colonies are more than enough to hold off. And he's going to lose his natural expansion. Non is actually losing the command center at his natural, and is for the first time not looking in a decent position in this game.
What the hell? Are you telling me Non's going to lose this game? Elegant, is this possible? How is this possible? What's going on?
This is incredibly strange. I'm taking a lot of hits right there from the Mutalisk, and he really needs to not do that. Great irradiate going down on the Mutalisk, and will take care of the rest of the threat, but damage done. Non has about 10 SCVs left on the map. 1 command center too few, and a severely damaged army, although with a pretty decent number of science vessels. But Non is not winning this game.
What the hell? He just radiated an Overlord. Why did he do that?
He's annoyed.
I mean,
hates Overlord.
This is like a crazy comeback, and this was a really brilliant idea from OctZerg. He knew that it was so hard to push across those bridges. I gotta say, it was a bit poorly controlled there by Non. He did a cute little defense matrix Marine, but he didn't run them through, so only like 4 Marines were shooting at Sunkens the whole time. And now he's kind of stuck. You know, he's got very little income remaining. He's just got to defend this natural, because if he doesn't get this natural up, he's going to have no income. And OctZerg, having been on low drone count the whole game, even without an expansion, he's got plenty of minerals left to mine. So this is a ridiculous situation.
This is pure madness. Oh, and a Vulture scouts the Guardian threat behind the natural expansion. Very nice scouting from Non. And why does he keep irradiating Overlords when there's still Meatless on the map? That's a very, very strange decision indeed. Yeah, managing to eliminate the threat of Guardians for the time being. But OctZerg just decides to go and morph from somewhere else instead. I'm kind of surprised that he's even bothering, given the fact that there are so many irradiates on the field.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. I mean, I thought he was going crazy Zerg, which is, of course, rushing to Ultra Ling, but he's actually gone for Greater Spire instead. As you said, he's morphing a bunch of Guardians, and this could actually be really good. He's playing to the map, of course. It's impossible for the Marines to run all the way around back here, but yeah, I don't know. There's probably enough Irradiates, as you say, so it's a really tricky position, and funnily enough, those Irradiates on Overlords have actually supply blocked OctZerg at 48 supply, and this natural expansion is now finally up for Non, but he's lost a lot of SCV, so it's not really saturated. Here we go, the Guardians are moving in. Where's the Irradiates? He needs to just irradiate everything and pull the Marines back here.
Where are the Irradiates? We're not seeing fast enough Irradiates. Finally, there we go. There are Irradiates down on 3 of the Guardians. We need to get Irradiates on the last one, and that will be it for the Guardians. I can't help but feel that was deeply expensive for OctZerg and didn't really do very much, because of course Irradiate just comes straight back. It costs nothing. And all the Guardians are done for the price of a refinery. So that could have ended a lot worse. But there are 3 more Guardians making their way across the map to meet their inevitable end in the back of Non's base. But I still don't feel like Non is in any kind of decent position. He's sort of getting mining going again in his natural, but it's going to be a long, hard slog for him. And OctZerg looks like he may well be able to take the left-hand side base without much contention.
Yeah, Vulture does spot it going up, and some Lings are going to clean that up, and now we do have a bunch of Cracklings as well as Guardians coming down to take on this force. But I mean, these are 1-1 Marines against unupgraded Cracklings, so even though they do have the Adrenaline Glands, it's not that amazing, although, man, he really needs to do some Irradiates. Oh, nice D-Matrixes, but you got to be careful. The Marines are not together, but I think he's going to be able to take this anyway, just with some good use of D-Matrix and Irradiate. He's just got so many vessels. This is the problem for OctZerg. He's got nothing to deal with. The vessel count, it just keeps growing and growing, and when you have a critical mass of vessels in TVZ, no matter what point in the game it is, but especially at this point in the game, it is just impossible for the Zerg to deal with. I mean, Irradiate, Defense Matrix, just what can you do against them as the Zerg?
It's getting out of hand, and I have a strong feeling that it's slipping back in Non's favor right now. He's moving out with a small but fairly decent army with a huge amount of Irradiate. 66 supply is not brilliant, but 31 supply is distinctly less brilliant at the 20-minute stage of the game. So
cancel on the hatchery.
Yeah, cancel on the hatchery, of course. There's no way he was going to be able to hold on to that. And I think that the ball is now thoroughly in Non's court. He doesn't even have to break. He can just keep OctZerg contained for the rest of the game and take as many bases as he wants.
Yeah, looks like a nice little 4-link backstab going to the main, killing a Marine, not quite doing anything, and here we go, the vessel's moving out. The funny thing is, he has a Spire, so I don't know why he doesn't make some Scourge. I saw like 2 Scourge this whole game. Oh my god, Eraser on the natural, massive Eraser, triple Science Vessel Eraser, there's nowhere for the Dresser, a quadruple Eraser right now, and Eraser's Irradiate does stack in damage, by the way, so this is not wasted, it does stack, and here we go, now he's going to the main base. Oh my god, he's just going to annihilate all of the drones, the Marines camping the front as well, and here we go. Where are the drones going to go? Look at him just instantly popping. Look, he's not even done. He's going to keep irradiating himself. Oh my god, the drones are all gone. 18 supply only for OctZerg against 68 for Non. It looked almost like OctZerg could have pulled the game back for a while, but it is not to be. There is no chance for him anymore. He's going for another 4-link backstab. This is it. But remember, this is still a best of 3, so OctZerg is not even out yet. Even if he loses his game, it's not even over.
Yeah, there's literally no chance left in this game. OctZerg's economy is being ripped to shreds in the most embarrassing way possible right now. Even his overlords are being erased. This is something you rarely see. Is irradiating the Defiler. It's just horrible. OctZerg is so completely done in this game. I don't know why he's even still in it. He has 1 Ultralisk, and his Ultralist count is pretty much level with his drone count right now, which is not something you say very often. And he's just in a calamitous position. There is really no way back into this for him now.
And Non actually just scanned all of the possible expansions, thinking that OctZerg might have a hidden base, because that's the only reason he can think that OctZerg hasn't left yet. But OctZerg just hasn't left because I have no idea. Hey, he made some Scourge! Whee!
Boom!
Oh, he made more Scourge, but they're gonna die to Irradiate. Oh,
it is about time. And they get irradiating individual Scourge, showing a little bit of mouse accuracy right there. Non still just doing this ridiculous mass eraser. Getting a little bit too cocky, and Scourge managing to bash their way through a couple of side misses, but it doesn't matter. There is no way that OctZerg is going to be able to win this game. He has nothing. Non has very little, but very little versus nothing is
Non
a
should make
pretty
bad. Oh, we have ghosts! We have 5 ghosts!
Can ghosts stim? They can't, can they?
They cannot stim, but he's getting cloak. Is he getting a nuclear silo somewhere? He's not, but he's got 5 ghosts, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. I hope he's getting a dropship so he can drop them in the main.
Well, he can just keep irradiating the overlords, can't he? And then just
he can!
Ghosts to win the game.
He can just run it with ghosts. Oh, it's beautiful.
GG!
Wait, before the ghosts hit, OctZerg taps out. And we are going on to game 2 with Non in the lead. I did not expect this.
Exciting stuff. The Terran in the lead against the Zerg. Non in the lead against OctZerg in this, the round of 4 of the second TLS Season 3 qualifier.
Dude, if Non wins one more game, we're going to see a PVT finals. What?
What? That's good in every way. But it's not done yet. OctZerg will definitely have something to say about that, which we'll be catching up with right after this next commercial break.
BRB.